And so when it came into my life, I was like, look, I don't know what this is, Jen. We should learn this together. It's called daily trading.
I'm like, heck yes, we should.
I literally called it daily trading. And she was like, what is it? I'm like, I don't know, but I think we can do it. Let's learn it together.
And we're going to get rich.
We're going to do it. Yeah. And we just started diving in and realized actually this is a really interesting industry. And the more we learned, the more we fell in love with it. And then I started to spread the word about it to other women because I wanted other women. I saw the power and potential of what it could do for me and my family. And I started to talk about it on social media, and Gemma found me talking about it.
New Zealand.
All the way from New Zealand.
Found Amanda on TikTok, and I was like, she's speaking my love language, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I always said. What drew me in was like the time freedom, and she was traveling in her RV with her kids. And then I got into her Facebook group, and I was like, day trading, yuck. But like then was also on that like serial entrepreneur, right? You're like, what else? What have I not done? And trading was one of those things. I'd been investing into crypto. So I was like, hey, this is kind of in that same space.
Yeah.
And I guess it was like once you kind of get introduced to that space and you see the wealth within it, you're like, oh, okay, there's a whole nother life to be lived. And there's a whole nother ecosystem of money that we never were introduced to prior to trading.
Or even the concepts of compounding your money, investing your money, growing it, passive income. Yeah, all of those topics that people think you have to have some sort of special certification or degree or smarts in order to accomplish.
Or you hear about it, but you're like, how does Gemma says this all the time. How does the average everyday person actually make that happen?
Right.
Yeah, because you read those books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, and you're like, cool, I want to be in that quadrant.
Right.
But how do I do that? Right? It's like, this sounds amazing, but I only know how to trade my time for money. So how else do I learn to make passive income and compound upon that and leverage it and then invest it? And so we were in that ecosystem, and I think that got the three of us hooked. We're like, okay, I don't care how long this takes. We're going to do this, and we're going to do this together. And that's what bonded, obviously, me with you guys. You had been best friends for 10 years. And I was like, I'm in this with you. And they're like, okay, we'll take you on. We'll accept you.
We'll adopt you.
We'll adopt you because
You
you're
just make it
crazy.
We were
New
instant. Yes, we were instant.
So the day trading thing was in a long line of like things that you guys have tried and failed and scams and online and make money online. And would you like to work from home and all the ads that we all kind of saw?
Yeah.
What was it about trading that you saw it and you were like, yes, this is the one. I'm confident. The other ones didn't work, but this is the one.
Yeah.
The uncapped potential of income when we saw like literally the sky is the limit. Like I had never seen anything that had given you, and the fact that it only relied on you. You didn't have to you didn't have to make a sale in order to, it just relied on you and your tenacity to never give up, like to continue to pursue.
Yeah.
It was like we knew that as long as we never stopped putting one foot in front of the other, we would get to the top of the mountain.
And it's you against you in this space.
Exactly.
You're not, like Jen was saying, we don't have to sell to somebody or provide a product or provide a service in order to get an income. It's just you against you. And if you can conquer your mindset and your emotions, the sky is the limit in this space.
So here's the $1 million question. Ready?
Yep.
What actually is it?
Ooh. I feel like that's a me question. So there are these big investors, right? These big banks and institutions that are flushing trillions of dollars through these markets every single day.
$7 trillion a day.
And so we are, as retail traders, so I always give this analogy. Should I give the analogy?
Yes, do it.
There's these big whales, okay? Those are the big banks and institutions. And us as retail traders are like the little sucker fish on the side of the whales that are just kind of hitching a ride, right? So the whales are pushing the market in one direction or the other. It is not our goal to predict the market or guess what's going to happen next or try to beat the market or win the market or outsmart it. We're just looking to identify what's happening right now, which is printed out on a screen pretty easily to see. It's either moving up or down or sideways, and we're looking to get in with that movement, and that's how we make our money.
And that's how the whales feed the minnows.
Exactly.
And I think when you said that, I think that's the beautiful like ecosystem we've created here, right? Because we say this all the time. There are thousands of ways to trade these markets, okay? When you learn and you understand what different indicators and things you can put on your charts, you soon realize, whoa, there are thousands of ways to get in and out and time frames to trade these markets, right? And so when we first were learning the skill, we were learning it from men and women, but learning it in more of a complex way with multiple indicators and different things. And through us going, okay, there's got to be an easy way to read these markets for the average woman to come in and learn this skill. Right. And it was honestly through all of us, but Amanda kind of going, okay, she hit the charts for thousands of hours and then brought the ideas back to Jen and myself, and we're like, okay, she's like, try this out. I've figured this. I've back-tested this. I've tried this out. And me and Jen are like, okay, let's try it out.
Yeah, literally. I would come to them with an idea. I'm like, at 2 a.m, okay, I've got this new concept. Here's what we're going to look at. And they would just go and put it to action, and Jen would be like, yep, it works. I'm making money. I'm like, sweet. So then we would take it to the women who wanted to learn from us, and it just continued to grow. Yeah. Pretty cool.
Amanda has a beautiful way of simply teaching so anybody can learn. So whether you've been in the markets for, 5 years, or if you haven't heard of it at all, she can make it so simple and easy that anybody can understand how to read a chart. We've had women express to us that they've been in the markets for, several years and have not made any money at all. And they come in for 2 weeks and they're seeing
profitable
profits in their accounts. And it's been really neat to watch her, for being friends for a long time, just watching her explode in that way of, she always wanted to help people. She always wanted to teach. She always had a knack for it, but to find that perfect place to teach in has just been so incredible to watch.
Sweet. Thanks, Jen.
You do.
This is very sweet, by the way. I'm just sitting there and I'm just kind of like, wow, this is really sweet.
I told you we can talk.
Okay, so you explain what it is.
Yep.
Okay. How do you do it? And I don't mean like, what's the strategy? Yeah. I mean like, how physically do you hook yourself on the back of a wheel and trade in the direction of the market?
Oh boy. Okay. So there are foreign exchange brokers that people all over the world can have access to. There are U.S. regulated brokers. There are unregulated offshore brokers. We encourage women to go and do their own research and decide what broker is going to work best for them.
Because we have women from all over the world.
Yes.
We have women
Thousands.
joining from all countries. And so being able to encourage them to, have the power to do their own research, find their brokers in their country. It's been so cool to watch them be like, I'm in this country, I know this broker, and it's a way for them to connect with one another too.
Yeah. And so when they first come into our program, we encourage them to start on a demo account. So they'll come in and they'll learn from our system. They will practice in a demo account, which is fake money, but practicing in the live markets. And they can stay in that demo mode for as long as they want to. Usually they're too excited and they start up a live account right away.
And we teach them. They learn the skill. I think a lot of people, if you aren't in these markets, you think, okay, maybe that phase is weeks. It's 1 hour.
Yeah.
So once they come in, our strategy is 3 steps. So they'll come in, they'll get a demo set up, they'll learn our strategy. Amanda shows them how to place a trade, and then they join our live calls. So that's an hour
worth of time
that they come in and have all that done. Pretty amazing.
We remind them that it's the system, the trading, that's actually really easy. It's the mindset that they have to usually overcome. There's things that, financial, you talk about poverty mindset. You talk about, moving from the poverty mindset to prosperity mindset. There's just a lot of things in that journey that they have to overcome.
And most people who join trading are still working full time. And this is something I talk a lot about. So Jen and I are the mindset coaches, personal development coach and mindset coach in the space that back up the trading. And I say to these women, in a 9 to 5, like it's the opposite mindset as what you need while you're trading, right? In a 9 to 5, you get told exactly what to do, when to do it, how long you can do this for, do that for, here are your jobs, here are your tasks, don't mess up, do your best. You know, in a trading environment, I'm like, fail as quick as possible, fail as often as possible, learn the lessons. You can't avoid it. Go straight through it. You can see money fluctuate in minutes. You don't trade your time for money. At first, it's a compound effect. And so it's reprogramming everything about that so that they don't bring their employee minds into the trading world.
Because they're going to be taking action in these markets and they're going to be actually placing those trades, right? So they have to follow a system. So when they go in and analyze the charts and identify whether the 3 steps are there or not, then they go into their broker, and that's where they go and physically place those trades, whether it's a buy or a sell opportunity. The way we like to trade is actually very passive. So we trade on a higher time frame, the 4-hour or the daily time frame. And so these women are able to go in and place trades in like 10 minutes or less for their day. And then the trades just run on their behalf so they can go and live their life. Because if you remember, freedom and being a fully present mom has always been our priority. And when we first started trading, we were on the charts for like 8 hours a day.
We were obsessed. That was the opposite of what we wanted.
But also, we were learning strategies that had us literally staring at the charts all day long. And I was like, no, God, there's got to be a different way because I can't do this. This is not... So we teach women how to set up pending orders.
How to manage from their phones or set them up from their phones.
Right.
So if you're at the beach or you've got to go to soccer practice or dance lessons or whatever you do with your kids, you've got that freedom to not feel like I've got to be on the charts at this time or I've got to have 6 screens in front of me, or we wanted it to be on the go because all our lives are on the go now, right? So it's like, you can have it in your back pocket. It can be passive. You can do it 10 minutes a day. So if you are still working full time, you can fit it in. And if you're not, then you can just be at home and doing the things that we're actually here to do, right?
Right. That's right.
Well, and a lot of the women too are still working full time. So a lot of them have, 9 to 5 or 6 to 10, some people are working so full time. And we've had women who are able to pass prop firms. That's
a whole other topic, which we can talk
more about. But
what the heck is a prop firm?
It's pretty awesome. You get access to a lot of capital on behalf of somebody else's. They front the money. You just have to pass a challenge. But just the fact that they can either grow accounts, they can learn the skill and put it to use 10 minutes a day. Like we have busy working women who come in and can spend 10 minutes in the chart every day and manage their trades that way. They learn how to, use the skill so efficiently and effectively. And I think that that's so powerful. We want to be efficient and effective.
And we've just come off a real high, like as in our community this week is just smashed.
We've probably had over 100
serious goals past prop firms, gain access to over 100
6 figures of capital,
$200,000 capital from their prop firms.
Right, so we're really pumped up and excited.
It's pretty amazing when you get to be on the other side and you get to see somebody come in
winning
and have never looked at a chart in their life and then pass a prop firm, and you see the losses and the mindset work, and you see them being like, can I do this? I don't know. And we're like, you've got this. This is normal. It's okay to feel this. It's okay to process. We're here for you. And there's thousands of other women who are on this journey with you, right? So they're all in there and supporting, and it's okay, and keep going, another step, another day. And then they pass a prop firm and you're just like, whoa, like it's the best feeling in the world. Like, I'm not going to lie. It's pretty awesome when you see somebody go from that to that, and we're not even a year old yet, so it's like, wow.
So why did you decide to start a community, and why did you decide to start it just for women?
Love that.
I think when we first started, like, I wouldn't still be trading if it wasn't for these two. And I think trading or any entrepreneurial thing that you set out to do can be a very lonely journey. I think you understand that. But when you have a group of people who are encouraging one another, lifting one another up. I know, like with school, you guys have a team and you're in it together and you have camaraderie. We needed that in order to, keep going. And sometimes there would be times that I'd be pulling Amanda up the mountain and then Gemma would be up here and she'd be lifting us up. And we just had this vision and this mission to see it expand. And we know, women are, when we have money, we are so generous. And I think it's so powerful for women to have that position. I remember thinking, I'm so grateful that I was the one that found trading and I was the one that pursued it, because I got to help my family, my children, and just to imagine, starting that for other women. Imagine encouraging women into that space and to have that power and to be able to, retire their husbands if they want to, be able to, shop they can go and spend money in the shops and just give and do.
And as far as creating a For Women space, as we spoke about earlier, it's just it's a really male dominated industry and can be really intimidating for women. I mean, gosh, I get on there and I'm like, what is the percentage of this? And I'm like, they laugh at me because it's Amanda math and I don't know how to count, but I can teach you trading,
That's always our joke.
And
we
so it's kind of like,
yes. We didn't qualify at school. And we
that's
were
the pitch. That's the about-page video.
Couldn't second math,
but we know how to count dollars.
Yes.
You looked at us.
But I can count what's in my bank account, baby.
Come on.
Yeah, and so we just wanted to create a space that women could come and feel safe and supported and be able to ask kind of silly questions.
And not feel stupid if you don't know the answer, right? Because I think people think you've got to know everything. And a lot of the times we're like, we don't know that, but we're still super successful.
What is 1% of 100?
For the longest time, I kept calling it $10, and
like,
the girls
ladies are like, are you sure it's not $1?
Yeah.